Welcome back. All right, I'm going to be a dinosaur here. Yep, card unboxing. So I've been been a few times people have asked if I'm going to do another card unboxing. So this is Upper Deck MVP. This is from, I believe it's from 2000. I got these from, I think it was Big Boy Cards. It was either Big Boy Cards or Mirage Trading. Miraj. Either way. And these say that the suggested retail price $2.49 Canadian per pack or $1.59 American, showing that the Canadian dollar not worth a ton when this came out. And you're looking for, yeah, you're looking for there's various inserts in here, which I don't really worry about. So this box cost me altogether about $50. I got 360 cards for about $50. It doesn't matter what these are worth because it's just the enjoyment of the actual collecting that I do this for. So, first pack. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking through all of them, so I get Darian Hatcher. Now, these aren't bad cards. I'm going to say straight out. They're MVPs, so they're not considered to be top of the line, of course. Chris Gratton, Rob Blake, stole for my money. One of the best jerseys in the history of the National Hockey League right there. That's Ryan Smith, Greg DeVries, Mark Recchi, Guy Hebert. So for your Anaheim Ducks broadcasts, there's Guy Hebert, Keith Primo, and Sergei Gonchar. And then at the back, there is a Jaromir Jagr insert. I dropped it. Hey, there you go. All right, so that's one thing NFTs. We don't have to worry about dropping an NFT. Yeah, there was a bit of a ding in the corner anyways before I did it. But again, with this set, you're not getting anything that's really, really expensive. You can get some collectibles, sure, but it's cheap. One thing I do with hockey cards too, because very often the your base set is considered common, so they're not worried about it. I'll get a base set for like $10. Then I'm still getting the cards. I'm still getting all the information on the back of the cards, obviously, and I'm doing it for pennies on the dollar over what I would spend if I bought a box. So this is Steve Ruchin. I always liked Ruchin. Eric Desjardins. And there's my buddy. So this had to be before 2000 because Ray Bork's still a Bruin. And it's 97, 98 was the last year that's on the card. So that's a lot of years. It's a lot of years as a Bruin. So there's Ray Bork. Adam Deadmarsh. Brian Holzinger. Valari Bure. Nope, Pavel. Yeah, it's Pavel Bure. For a second, I thought it was Valari. And the only reason being that the first name is kind of obscured. It's hard to read. it just is. Oh, Bordelot's in here. Now, of course, Bordelo, his kid now, part of the San Jose organization. And then I got another Gonchar. So, one complaint with Upper Deck, and it's still a complaint I have with Upper Deck, is sorting. In that you can get, as I just did, first two packs, I got a Gonchar in both packs. Now, that's not as bad as it was with them, say, in 91 or 92, where you could open up a pack and then open up another pack and get almost all of the exact same cards again. Is this a Ray Bork insert? It is. So, I'm going to be a little bit more careful with this. Ray Bork insert. So again, the inserts, I don't know, probably worth like $1, right? But again, when you spend as little as I did on the box, it's not really something you worry about. Ray Whitney, first card, and then Michael Handzus. And again, I'm not going through all of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's people are going to be going, is he going to go through the whole box? No. Because what I've learned with hockey card videos, that doesn't really work. There's Nikolai Habibulin, left Habby and right Bulin and all that. Mike Vernon with the San Jose Sharks. Michael Grosek and the Buffalo Sabres at the time, using what would be called the Angry Goat Head jerseys. And there is the great one, Wayne Gretzky. So Wayne Gretzky right there, Rangers jersey and all that. So towards the end of his career, of course. And right behind that, a Steve Yzerman. And another insert in here as well. This is an autographed. Now, when I say autographed, I mean like the card isn't actually autographed, but there is a version of his autograph on here. So they get his autograph and then they put it on the card. So that's an insert as well. It's Matthew Barnaby. So, haha, I got a Matthew Barnaby. signed card. I'm not going to do all the packs in this video because, again, that video would take quite a while. We're already at 5 minutes. But they're good cards. And again, you know, I get this box and I was like, all right, well, for $50, why not? And I can do a little video where I'm doing the unboxing. I got these cards at least 6 months ago. At least. Tom Poti, Luc Robitaille. So again, for Luc Robitaille, this was his second go-around with the Kings. And it's that gorgeous jersey that I've talked about. Peter Forsberg. Kyle McLaren. So again, if you're a younger collector and you're like, well, I don't have a collectible of the guys from 20, 30 years ago, it's pretty easy to get it for cheap. Freddie Modine, Rod Brind'Amour. I have heard on occasion people saying Rod Brind'Amour should be in the Hall. On occasion, as in all the time. One of the Hall of Famers, Jarome Iginla, and another of the Wayne Gretzky's. This is a checklist. Yeah, this is MVP checklist of Wayne Gretzky. The other one might have been a checklist too. I didn't actually look at the back. Owen Nolan. And then this insert, Special Forces, Power Play, Brett Hull. So, again, it's kind of hard to read because you've got all that on there. But it's a Brett Hull with Dallas. He ended up scoring a pretty big, he was in the crease for a big goal for the Dallas Stars. Apologies, Sabres fans. I know that may still be touchy all these years later, but these things happen. Easy for him to say, stupid Stars fan. It's nice to cheer for everybody. Anyways, I've heard that one before. So, again, you know, I like those old Flames jerseys. Those are nice. It's a Ward. And then we got Maniluk. I was almost like, is that Handzus again? But it's not. It's Maniluk. Matthias Oland for Canucks jersey. I'd love to see a throwback to the original Orca. I think I'm in the minority on that one, though, and I don't think it's going to happen. Everybody's favorite, Scott Stevens. Surprised on the card he's not laying somebody out, but, you know, try not to do cards like that. There's the other Bure. So there's Valeri Bure at that time he was with Calgary. He did end up playing with Florida after, so this was the year he was traded to Calgary, actually, from Montreal. Montreal drafted him, despite me yelling and screaming at my TV at the time that I wanted Vancouver to draft him. There's Dana Zubris. And then, nice, Darren Pupa, playing with Tampa, and rocking the original Storm jersey. So, one thing that you can do, too, with hockey cards, there's a Marty Brodeur. So that's a nice card. I like that one. And right behind him is another Javi Bulin. So one thing with hockey cards is when you're getting the ones that are cheaper or cheapish, and so you've got a bunch of doubles, you don't know what to do with them. Now in the case of that Javi Bulin, keep in mind that one's signed. So again, that's one of the inserts, which I don't think are worth a ton more than the regulars. But you can take a cheap hockey card and you can put tape on it. You can glue it to something. I've got ones that I was messing around that way a few years ago. I know before I had a channel, I had actual boards that I would buy, just, you know, cardboard and put hockey cards on them of players that were my favorites. You never have to worry about it. You never have to worry about looking at that someday and going, oh my gosh, those cards are worth so much money. Those 1991 Upper Decks turned out to be ultra, ultra super rare. You don't have to worry about that. When I was talking about NFTs yesterday and the idea of owning a highlight, and I know there's people who love them and think they're great, but to me, hockey cards are it. It's not just having that physical either. It's the fact that it is a snapshot into the past. It is a look at, you know, how things were. And again, with Upper Deck, you have a chance to own 6 of the exact same card out of one box because of the sorting issues, which did get better after the first couple of years. The first couple of years were kind of ridiculous. There's been shrinkflation, full transparency, that terminology I get from Matt Pat on his theory channels. Shrinkflation being the idea that you're paying a little bit more for an item, but you're getting a lot less of it. So with, I think it was Doritos, he used the example that you're getting a bag that's about half the size of the one you might get 30 years ago. and you're going to pay a little bit more for that one that's got less than half of what was in it 30 years ago. With hockey cards now, I've found that the price you're paying is more than what you used to, and the number of cards you're getting in a box is much, much less. Now, people will jump in and say, well, wait a minute, there's more collectibles in there. Yeah, but you're spending way more to get said collectibles, and it can be tricky to come out ahead. Now, there's collectors that love that, but for casual collectors, right? All right, here's an MVP. This is an insert as well for Wayne Gretzky. So this is, again, right near the end of his career. That's him with the Kings. And it is, I'm looking for the number on it. But anyways, so there's a nice little Gretzky biography thing on the back. And there's another insert in here, too. That also appears to be Wayne, 99. That's the thing. As soon as you see the 99, you know it's Wayne. So there's 2 Wayne Gretzky inserts in the same pack. So, well, bonus. Jeff Friesen. Again, that's the second Jeff Friesen I've got out of 2 packs, I do believe. Campbell, Thomas Holmstrom for Detroit. Jason Strudwick. So there's a Jason Strudwick card. I don't know what I can get for that. Probably not a lot. Marty Jelena. Roman Hammerlick with the Oilers. Alexei Yashin with the Sens. You can see him rocking the Sens jersey I like, but a lot of people don't. And then the Shanaplan, Brendan Shanahan right there from Detroit. Boom. So, hockey cards are always something that I find interesting. It would appear there's probably 2 inserts per pack in these. I don't really do all of my homework necessarily, but during the summer, I'm going to go through various boxes. I think with the MVPs, and even now, if you're collecting the new ones, I usually collect MVP sets, which are like $45 that I can get through. I've got it through the NHL site as well. They go on sale there. I've got 3 boxes from this set that I got from the NHL site because it was regular $130 and I got them for $33. So it's the same as like I've said with hockey jerseys, hockey collectibles. You wait for a sale. And there are sales on jerseys right now. You just have to know where to look. So Sport Check is a good place to look right now. There are some hockey jerseys on sale on there. I even ordered a couple so I can use them to play street hockey and not worry about them getting dinged up. I did that just the other night. I was like, holy crow, these are a really good deal. I can get this and then wherever, and it doesn't matter. And so, yeah, there are sales that are out there. And with hockey cards, again, I go through Mirage Trading. I go through Big Boy Cards as well. They're both out of Canada here, and I don't have any complaints. I know I'm going to get the cards from them, and I'm going to get good value. And that's really it for me. And again, the thing for me is I don't just collect with the idea of money. And I've seen some collectors get mad at me for saying that, don't buy hockey cards to get rich. Odds are they may not go up in value. I buy the cards because here's like Marty Jelena. This is 98. He has just arrived in Carolina. He's going to win a Stanley Cup. He's going to be a part of the Carolina Hurricanes for a while. And this was after the Canucks traded him to Carolina. A trade I didn't like at the time. Still don't. Because Marty Jelena was one of my favorite Canucks. I do tend to get attached to Canuck players at times. And so, I've opened all those. I've got all the names I've already read off to you. And I've still got 2/3 of the packs here. It is, to me, it's a fun way to collect. It's also a fun way to learn the sport. So if you're new to hockey, I would say go on to eBay, look for cheap hockey cards. I'm talking like card lots from the 80s, from the 90s. You can get them for $20, $25. You can get a whole card lot, and you can get all kinds of little snippets of information. So, you'd be like, hey, so did you know that player was a bachelor in 1982? I don't know when you're going to use that, but there was a season of O-Pee-Chee cards and Topps cards where they decided we needed to know the marital status of every hockey player. I'll do one more pack. Sure, why not? One more pack works. I had no reason for wearing Flyers other than I'm wearing a Flyers hat. The Flyers hat I got through Retro to Heritage, which has hockey jerseys on it as well. Not as many as they used to. I don't think they have new ones at all. There's a Jaromir Jagr, Penguins. And right underneath that, Peter Schaefer. Peter Schaefer, one of those Canucks that just didn't quite click at the NHL level. Jay Pandolfo. So there you go. Devils fans would be excited about that. Jason Allison, I did a video on him not too long ago. I've also used cards to tell me what I should do videos about. Oh, there you go. Terry Ryan. Bam. If you watch Shoresy, Terry Ryan, the Newfoundlander. So, and he is from Newfoundland. It's right there on the back. So that's pretty fun. So a player who played, I think, 8 games in total in the National Hockey League. And I'm like, yeah, Terry Ryan, cool, because I think that's fun. Jocelyn Tebow for Chicago. Greatly underrated. I've done a Tebow video. Curtis Joseph. I've done a video on Curtis Joseph as well. Spacek. I never did a video on Spacek. I don't know if there's enough there to do a video on. Jeff Sanderson. I don't believe I've done a Jeff Sanderson video. I need to. And Sergei Fedorov. I know I've done a Fedorov video. It's always fun to go through when I'm doing this kind of thing too and figure, okay, how many of these guys have I done videos on? And I have used hockey cards and looked through hockey cards and gone, you know what? I really need to do a video on this player. So there you go. That's as far as I'm going for today. But I do appreciate the support from this channel, and I really am. I am a collector, and I'm really fascinated by everything hockey. And again, if you want to learn more of the hockey history, hockey cards are a really good way to learn that. And it is fun, too, to see the jerseys the teams used to wear. How many of these are jerseys that have gone by the wayside? I mean, Detroit's never changes, but Toronto's has obviously changed. Chicago's never changes either, but you got the old Buffalo and the Florida, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Florida use this again. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Buffalo eventually uses the goat head. Florida eventually will probably use that old logo too, because we like it. All right, there you go. Not overstaying my welcome today. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Again, this is one of my favorite things to collect. It's a lot of fun, and if I get any other really interesting pulls out of this box of cards, maybe I'll do a short about it. Maybe I'll do a TikTok video about it too. Of course, I think you have to do a dance for the TikTok videos, or else they look silly. Anyways, there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.